Welcome to my show. I'm going to talk about today's top stories, and the first story we have is how Chicagoans will wait in line during a polar vortex for food. Not really sure why that is, but they are hardcore, they are Chicagoans, and we're going to talk to them today, and we're going to find out why they're waiting in line when they don't really have to. The second story we have is about puppets. Puppets that have lost their jobs during the recession. Puppets' alcoholism problems during the recession, how they've recovered. And we're going to talk to some of the puppets' friends, and they'll give us more insight into what really happened during the recession to the puppet people. Hi, I'm Donna Mahoney. Welcome to Medill Today's newsroom. We have a lot of our reporters working on interesting stories today. We've got Elle here, who's working on a story about colored contact lenses. Students carry backpacks full of textbooks. Sometimes they carry a laptop. Is this going to cause problems in the future? Is this going to cause them to have back problems? We're here at Norris Center to ask students if they're having problems already and if they're feeling sore because they're carrying their backpacks around with them all day.
Serious things that are important to life. Yeah, some serious things. Yeah. So I have to get ready to go to the opera, which I've never done before, which basically involves me figuring out how I can dress up but still be warm in the polar vortex.
This is the first time that South Suburban College in Chicago is offering welding classes to their students. The welding program was funded by a grant from the Department of Labor. The Department of Labor will track the welding students throughout their careers to measure the benefits of this investment. The college plans to work with unions and companies in the area who are looking for welders. Lisa Moran teaches the welding class. She's very passionate about giving her students the skills they'll need to be successful welders in the field.
We went over the little forms of heat distortion. I taught them 4 types. We got angular, bowing, lateral, transverse, so that way we all try to not get heat distortion and bowing and all these heat distortions from doing all this.
Moran said that the best part about welding is that anyone from any background can learn to weld. However, learning about fabrication, different metals, and how to treat them is a whole other science most people are not prepared for. Ramon and his wife Donna are both welding students in Lisa's class.
So we're actually in competition right now. We're in competition to see who gets the best grade. So far I'm winning.
She believes that one of the reasons we are lacking welders is because they do not know the science of welding or fabricating. And there are so many levels upon joining metals that it no longer is about welding, it's about science. According to Moran, we are losing jobs because there needs to be a push on education in general, and this aspect is especially missing in the trades.
Okay, ready? Cover.
This is Donna Mahoney for Medill Reports. This weekend, over 15,000 people in the greater Chicago area took part in the Tough Mudder, an endurance event where participants attempt to get through a 12-mile-long military-style obstacle course. The Tough Mudder Challenge attracts a lot of veterans who like Mudder because it's not easy. Tough Mudder supports programs for veterans such as the Wounded Warrior Project. It raised over $6 million to support the transition of thousands of warriors returning home.
This is my first time, so I really don't know what to expect.
Chris Miller is the Community Outreach Coordinator for Road Home, a new veterans assistance program that helps veterans and their families while they make the transition.
So we can help treat PTSD, military sexual trauma, traumatic brain injury, things like that, the invisible wounds of war.
Chris is also a Marine Corps veteran. He spent 9 months deployed in Iraq when the war first began.
I'm running the race for the Road Home program at Rush Hospital. It's part of the new Center for Veterans and Their Families at Rush. We're doing this to raise awareness for the center and hopefully have a little fun.
The Mudder course has lots of obstacles in it, including the Arctic enema.
You know, there's a lot of vets that were participating in that. It seems like vets now prefer to do more active and socially engaging activities.
Mudder's Arctic enema is the shortest but most painful of the obstacles. And by Chris's expression coming out of the icy water, that seems pretty accurate.
And I think that also helps for people that are dealing with some of these, invisible wounds of war, it kind of counters the isolation and some of the negative side effects of some of these injuries, if you will. Being out, being engaged with people. I was in Iraq. You don't have to say, your whole history. It's already known. These guys and girls, they've done the same things. They've walked that walk.
Another popular pain experience at the Tough Mudder? Electroshock therapy. Live electrical wires dangling over water seem to have some bizarre attraction that's hard to appreciate.
Part of being a veteran or having served in the military, you have that commitment for service. So you really have that, that service component is a large part of who you are personally. We went out, we ran it, we had, a blast. And personally for me, I got to go out and hang out with a couple other Marines and a couple soldiers and get muddy and climb some walls and get electrically shocked and have a blast. So that was pretty fun. And we raised some awareness in the process.